This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing News, joined by the star of the show, the late replacement himself, Ishmael Davis, the Black Panther himself, is in London. He is here for his bout with Josh Kelly. Ish, I didn't expect to be seeing your face, but I'm glad to be seeing your face. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I didn't expect to be seeing me in here as well, but it's mad, it's amazing, and it's just mad what life throws at you sometimes, and I'm here, man. I'm here to do the business.
Now, if you can, try and explain to me or describe to me how the last 72 hours or so of your life has been.
I heard you could be potentially getting the Josh Kelly fight. Liam Smith pulled out. And I'm like, yeah, obviously, until it's set in stone, boxing, it's up and down. So I didn't, I didn't take it like it was going to happen, and then I went to sleep after watching the Canelo fight. About an hour later, I get my phone's belling off from Sonny. He's like, "You've got the Josh Kelly fight." So I'm like, "Let's do it."
You don't ever strike me as a man who kind of lets your emotions get the better of you, should we say, either positively, negatively, or whatever which may. But what were you going through at that moment in time when it was actually real? Because as you correctly said, we do hear a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes in boxing. But when you were confirmed, how were you feeling?
I was over the moon. It's a life-changing event. I do the business here, and my life's changed forever. So it's like you have to jump at these chances, and that's what I'm doing, man. Obviously, he's had longer to prepare, but that don't really matter to me. Like you said, I don't really get into my emotions and think, I'm not one of them fighters. I'm a real fighter, so I fight anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Now, I had been planning on doing a quite extensive sit-down interview, but not now, don't worry about it. It's the start of fight week and you've had enough to kind of keep yourself occupied. But I understand you've had a very interesting life to this point. We'll dive into it down the line, should we say. How much has your experience outside of the ring helped you, even with things like this, when something comes up, yeah, I'll take it. You're straight in there, you're confident, you believe you're going to win. How much does, I guess, who you are as a person influence that?
Do you know what it is? For any kid coming up that could have a better life, obviously you'd want them to go through a better life than I did, but I don't regret anything that's happened in my past, and I believe that's why I'm so strong-minded, and that's why I'm here, because if I didn't go through that, I don't believe I'd have the mindset or even the way of thinking or like the toughness and the dog in me, or like it's all played its part. So it's definitely a key factor into why I'm here.
And again, to be continued down the line when you're not 5 days out from the biggest fight of your career. But let's talk about your last fight, Troy Williamson. I think it's fair to say your performance of your career so far. You've got a mutual opponent, of course, in Josh Kelly, who's the man that you're going to be boxing this weekend. How different are the two styles, Troy Williamson and Josh Kelly? Pretty much polar opposites.
Yeah, they are. It's like positive and negative. They're proper different. Obviously, Troy's a come forward fighter. Josh Kelly's a back foot hit and mover. He doesn't like really getting hit, whereas Troy's there and he'll take a few to give a few. So it's going to be a different fight. I'm going to have to adjust and get used to him. But the mutual opponent, I feel like I did a better job on Troy than Josh did. Obviously, we were just hitting and moving, but I busted Troy up. And that's what I'm in here for, real fight. So hopefully he comes for it and we can give the fans a proper fight.
I spoke to Josh about 10-15 minutes ago. You walked past each other. It seemed very cordial between you two. Seemed very friendly. It didn't seem to me like two guys who are about to punch each other in the face in 5 days' time. He seemed quite grateful for you stepping in and kind of saving the show for him, really.
Yeah. Well, listen, anytime we see each other, we're both boxers in it, and I feel like boxers should, just like man to man, if you meet a man, you give respect in it, and we both give respect. I've not got a bad mindset, so it's just genuine respect, and we don't really know each other, so there's no reason to act. It's the fight's on. All we can do is talk about our skills and our beliefs of what's going to happen, and keep it mutual. And yeah, that's just what it is.
Josh was preparing for Liam Smith, who's not only one of our most well-known fighters, but also somebody with a very kind of set style. You know what you're going to get from Liam Smith. Whereas you're still something of an unknown quantity, even to people like me who cover the sport for a living and watch every fight. How much of a factor do you think that is in your favour? The fact that there isn't 20 Ishmael Davis fights to watch. We haven't seen you against a Canelo Alvarez or a Eubank Jr. or these types of guys. You are still that little surprise package.
Yeah, definitely. And I got a lot of tools in my toolbox. and all I have to do is implement them on Saturday. And he wouldn't be able to train for me because I'm a switch hitter. I throw shots from different angles. I can close you down properly. I'm not going to be following him around. And he's fast, but I'm fast too. So it's going to be a really good fight, I believe.
Now, I spoke to Josh there, and Josh kind of volunteered and said, everybody thinks the way to beat Josh Kelly is to get up close and put the pressure on and do this and do that. Kind of felt like that's pretty much what you were going to do. Obviously, I'm not silly enough to ask you for your game plan 5 days out, but is that the way to beat Josh Kelly? Obviously, we've seen in the past with David Avanesian, had an awful lot of success closing him down, making him work, making him fight, but we also see against Troy Williamson, who came forward, got picked off really and got outboxed. How do you beat Josh Kelly this weekend?
I'm a good fighter at adjusting. So if something's not working, I'm changing it. Yeah, it might be the way to beat him by walking him down. If that's not working, I'm gonna box him. I can box him just like he can box me. There's not really a game plan. It's close. I know what I've seen his fights where he's lost. I don't know what them guys have done. They have put pressure. That Ray Robinson really should have lost that fight. He put pressure on him as well. So I can do it all, man. I can do it all. Southpaw off, all orthodox. So we're gonna see on Saturday night where he's gonna be going or running. But I'm gonna get to him, man. Definitely.
So I'm glad you've said that, because having watched, there's not been an awful lot of your fights for me to watch, but having watched your fights, I was speaking to Josh, I went, yeah, he's a southpaw, and in my head I went, is he? Because I've not really watched that much of you. I checked your box record, I said orthodox, I went, oh my God, I'm sure he was a southpaw, to make me feel a lot better there. Anyway, moving on, Josh Kelly is kind of one of the, he's one of the bigger names, certainly outside the heavyweight division. There was no shortage of fighters and managers calling for this fight on Saturday. Of course, Riyadh season, Joshua Dubois undercard. It's a massive opportunity against a big name. Yourself, with the help, of course, of Lee Eaton and Sonny Edwards, were the person who landed this fight. How grateful, obviously they're going to see it, so maybe don't tell them just how grateful you are, because I want more money. But how grateful are you to your team for being the ones who got you this massive opportunity?
I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. From the Ewan fight, that was on the Next Gen show, and now I'm fighting at Wembley. I'm really grateful. I can't even put into words how grateful I am, but it's just love and respect all the time, and I'll be with the same team forever, because I'm a loyal guy, and loyalty outvalues everything, man.
Now, I'll try and keep this relatively quick, so I appreciate it's been a pretty whirlwind last few days for you. But I remember I've seen in a couple of shows, big shows, one that stands out to me is Craig Richards when he stepped into box Frank Buglioni at late notice, years and years ago. And Craig Richards got a lot of credit for doing that, but he didn't win the fight. How much of this is I couldn't turn down the opportunity, and how much of this is no, I can beat Josh Kelly? You're not here to take part. This is the one that you want.
Listen, I can beat Josh Kelly, man. I ain't here I ain't taking part, bro. I ain't no infill. This is just landed on my feet, and I'm ready to go. So, and I believe I can beat him. There's not a man I don't believe I can beat. So, if I didn't believe I could beat him, like some other people can't, they won't, just like they're not here, or priced themselves out, or you know what I mean. I'm here. I'm here because obviously, it is the biggest payday of my life. But I know I'm not gonna price myself out, because I know that the money will come. You just gotta win the fights, man. So that's what I'm here to do.
Okay, well, I appreciate it's probably difficult for you to think about anything other than Josh Kelly, but let's touch upon the main event just before we wrap things up. Anthony Joshua against Daniel Dubois. Someone's getting knocked spark out, I think, at Wembley this weekend. Who's it going to be?
I think Dubois. I think I'm with AJ. I'm an AJ fan, but I rate Dubois. He's come through a lot, and he's a young, prosperous man. Like he's doing well, man. Like so. You can't hate someone that's puts a lot of hard work in and works on the craft and gets to where he is now. So hats off to Daniel Dubois, but I'm an AJ fan at the end of the day. So, but yeah, listen, may the best men win, innit? And that's just how it is.
Well, maybe after Saturday, AJ will be an Ishmael Davis fan, if he isn't already.
Yeah, he will. Definitely he will.
Okay, well, the final word I will leave with you, Ishmael Davis. On a week's notice, how does it end? Ishmael Davis against Josh Kelly at Wembley Stadium.
It ends with Ishmael Davis being a winner. Could be a late stoppage, who knows? We'll see.
We certainly will. Congratulations on getting this massive opportunity, and well done to you for taking it. All the best on Saturday night. Thanks very much for speaking to Boxing News.
Thank you.